Welcome back to the Double Knotted Podcast, a sneakers podcast for the average consumer. I'm your host, Kyle Enriquez. I'm always joined by my guy, my co-host, Anthony Torres. How we feeling today, sir?
Hello, we're feeling good, man. I'm ready, green light, good to go. Yeah,
Hey,
how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain. You know, low key though, the daylight savings time is really messing with me. Like I feel really imbalanced the
Low
past two
key,
days.
high key, man. That's Sunday. Oh my gosh, I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm ready. Wait, hold up. No, I'm not. What's good? What's good? I don't like this.
Yeah,
Uh,
nah. I woke up that day and I was just like, nah, we back to bed. Like I didn't like get out of bed till like maybe like 11 or 12. I didn't even know what time it was on some real.
yeah, no, it was disgusting. Real quick, just see a little snipe right there. Oh, so let's talk about that real quick. So we are gonna be debuting some YouTube if anyone wants to see the
Yes.
visuals. So now just the
Yes.
visual I'm talking about. I see you got those shoes back there.
Right there, right? Little
Yeah,
right
man.
there.
Yeah, man. Neutral
Hey,
grays.
those neutral grays, man. I wore them for the first time this weekend and they hurt my feet. I'll keep it a buck.
I totally knew that would happen. I totally knew that.
I will keep
Hence
it a
why I don't
buck.
have them anymore. But
Nah, but they were like, kid you not, I did do a lot of walking. I got my
mhm.
steps in that day. But word to the wise, if you are wearing a pair of new shoes, especially a pair of Air Jordan 1s, they will hurt your feet the first day. Just know that.
I don't think it's all Jordan ones. I just think that one is literally made out of hard plastic. So like, you know, it's painful.
Nah.
I remember the metallic reds that I have. Like the first time
Mhm.
I wore them, I was like, "Yo, what is it? This hurts. Like this literally hurts." So
Nah, but I'll give it to the fifth wear. Maybe the leather does, tone down a little bit. They become wearable in itself. But I'm not gonna pass the benefit of the doubt right now.
honestly,
But
go running in them.
you want me to go run in them? Want me
Go
to play ball
running
in
in
them?
them.
You want
Yeah,
me to play
just
ball in them?
play ball, some type of athletic activity to just really pound that thing down.
Yo, let us know in the comments if you want me to go play ball in these neutral grays, because I definitely will. Because next week is gonna be nice, Torres. So I'm gonna go to Rainer Park and I'm
Oh
gonna throw some
gosh.
shots up. I'm gonna
Oh
throw some
gosh.
shots up.
Kyle at Rainer. Oh, that'd be such a sight. Such a sight. Let's do it. Let's do it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
leave us a
man.
comment. Let me know if you want to ball in those neutral grays. But before we do start today's episode, I do want to thank everybody who's been listening on Spotify, who's been tapping in on Apple Podcasts, and now here on YouTube. So just make sure that you go like, subscribe, comment, go tell a friend, go tell your mom to tune into us, tell everybody to tune into us. So, we got good things happen up for sure.
Yeah, no, 100%. I can't wait to see it. Like, just
Yeah.
seeing myself, hearing myself is one thing, but now
Hmm.
seeing myself, because, I be doing some dumb things. I don't know. It definitely will be entertaining because I just naturally do weird things that I don't realize. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Nah, it's really funny because a lot of people have been requesting the visual. They were like,
Hmm.
"Yo, I want to know who Torres is. I want to know the man behind the mic."
Hello. My name's Anthony. Hello. Nice guy,
I love it. I
But yeah,
love it.
yeah.
But you want to get into it today, Torres?
I think so. I think so. I think I'm ready.
Okay. All right, cool. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about the impact of today's collaborators in the sneaker industry. And there are a lot of brands that we really do like, a lot of really great brands that put out really great like product in itself. But we want to know who is that top collaborator. And we're going to divide that up a little bit into two different sections. But Torres, my question for you is this: is there a formula for a good collaboration?
Well, initially I was like, yeah, because especially with our last episode, we kept on talking about it's all in the quality, the storytelling, what's the word? Like when you sell it, the
The
rollout.
marketing, the
Yeah,
marketing.
the marketing, the rollout of it. But then I'm thinking like, I don't know. Cause like you look at like a really successful collaboration, the Chunky Donkey.
Hmm.
Quality on that thing is about a 1 out of 10. So
Right.
it's not the quality that has to do with it. Then I think about like, the Jown 992.
Hmm.
It's a fire shoe. I love it, you love it, but like
Hmm.
it's a regular shoe. We
It's a
got
regular New
we
Balance.
got to
Yep.
just like be honest with ourselves. The gray pair is a regular gray pair of shoes. The green
Hmm.
pair it's a really nice shoe, but like,
It's very nice,
you
beautiful.
know, so it's like I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Hmm. It's kind of like that little it factor, because like thinking about this and what makes a good collaboration, I feel like it's within the details.
Uh-huh.
Like for example, like the different color lace options that they give you, because a
Okay.
regular GR sneaker, you wouldn't have that option. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you wouldn't have like 5 different options for laces. I can't think on top of my head like a GR besides like an Air Jordan 1 that would give you numerous lace options. Am I right?
Uh, I'd say they're out there. They're not as plentiful as you'd like, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Right. But no, I just think that like a good collaboration in itself is also storytelling. You know what I mean? I know, kid you not, some sneakers don't really have a story,
Mhm.
but when a shoe drops like that nice rollout, a nice little promo video, or
Mhm.
even like the Ronnie Fieg, I don't know if you remember this in early Kith days, he would just wear the shoe and have it in hand. Like he would actually like hold the shoe, take a picture with his iPhone, and he'll be like, "Yo, we're dropping this Friday." Like, and people went crazy, and that was like prime, I'd say like A6 Jet Light 3 times.
Mhm.
Like that was his marketing scheme. And I
Mhm.
was like, yo, that's sick, because it's just the most simplest like rollout is just taking a picture with your phone. So I think that like for a good collaboration, it just has to be the storytelling, the little minor details, and just like also like the brand itself and how big the brand is and how it reaches their audience. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like it's weird because like there's a lot of times like to me like I look at that formula so to speak, you know that a
Hmm.
squared plus b squared equals c squared, and like you check off all the boxes, but then it's just like it just doesn't work out because like you know the
Right.
shoe, the one that I paid way too much for, the Soulfly
Hmm.
10. It's still a beautiful shoe to me. Like it's like a reinterpretation of the Linen 10. It's got those little teal hints. It's got that suede. I love the shoe, and you know it's Soulfly, which is really cool. So like it has the quality, has that story behind it, has the history, and the brand, but like no one really cares for it. But then
Yeah.
again, like I try to think to myself like how am I sort of like quantifying what success is for collaboration, and is that hype? I think the answer would be yeah.
Hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because I
Because like
feel like,
that's sort of the measurement for like how much like people in the singing community want it. You know what I mean?
hmm, right. And I feel like the more people talk about it and the more that it just is buzzing in itself, because if you think about it, depending on the brand, if it's like, say, like a fashion brand or like a fast food joint,
Mhm.
like, of course, their audience wants it as well. So the more that they're chirping and they're talking about it on social media, the hype will generate. So, of course, when the hype generates, the value generates.
Yeah.
And, we mentioned this on the previous episode where the hype can dictate the price. Like, for example, look at those Supreme Dunk Lows.
First of all, it's a fire shoe. It's a fire shoe. Like they came in, bro. It's whoo. Oh, you know, we got a YouTube. Can we get it real quick? We got a
Go
YouTube.
get it. Go get it real quick. Go
I'll be
get it
right
real
there. I'll
quick.
be
Show
right
them the
there.
visual. Show them the visual, Torres. Go ahead. All right. It's so funny because on the podcast, I would have to say like the play by play, but now on YouTube, you can see what we're talking about.
Bro, this thing is
Oh,
different. It's different. I'm not gonna lie. This
ooh,
green is different. It's really
ooh.
nice. I really like it. And it's crazy because I actually got it because when it dropped, it was going for like 8 or 9. The green was the one I wanted. And I've
Mm-hmm.
said on a previous podcast, my friend got the black, so I was sort of trying to get it from him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not helping me out. He wants to hold on to it.
He
But
wants to hold on to him?
yeah, you know. But it's smart. Have you seen the prices on these things?
Crazy.
I bought
Crazy.
mine a couple days ago and I
Mm-hmm.
got it for like 11. Now it's already at 14, 15.
That is insane.
So,
That is ridiculously insane for a pair of Dunk Lows. That's just my opinion, though.
but they're also really
Ridiculous.
fire. And it's also a Supreme SB. So like we know
Mm-hmm.
what Supreme SBs mean. I thought the price was actually gonna go down just because of how much like people sort of dislike the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised. When you told me yesterday, you were like, yo, Kyle, check the prices of this sneaker. And I was
yeah.
just like, they probably went down, a couple $100. Maybe they're reasonable, quote unquote
Mhm.
reasonable. But then I was like, really? $1,400 in a size 10 and a half? I didn't even want to look at like a size 8 or a
Yeah.
size 9 because those are the money sizes.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what the price is. And that price shot up.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like I feel rightfully so. The shoe is so fire. Like I want that blue pair
Hmm.
now, but like that's a lot of bread. So I don't know if I should do that. But
Yeah.
yeah, no,
But hey,
I think it's worth it. But you
buy
know,
what you like, right, Torres?
I mean, yeah, buy what you like and can afford. Could not afford that one. Still paying it off. But that's another conversation.
Oh man. But since we are talking about a lot of collaborators, we just dropped off, Supreme, and we got
Hmm.
some of our favorites as well.
Hmm.
Who do you believe are top collaborators in the sneaker industry today?
Well, the thing, there's so many, and like you know how you're saying before, we're gonna branch it off into like two different sections. Because like I look
Mhm.
at it, and there's like the brand collaborators, and then there's like the artist collaborators, whether it be like music or it could even be like an athlete, something like that.
Mhm.
But right now, like to tackle the first half of the brand, I would
Mhm.
have to say, with Virgil, it's gonna be Off White right now
I agree.
because he
100%.
he he's killing it. He's killing it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You look at what he's done, even with the 10, like with the 10, like granted, it was 10 really, Nike staple shoes, but like that's not an easy
Yeah.
thing to do. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's not.
Like if Nike was to come up to me and be like, design 10 of these, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be trash. I know it. So like that was sort of a daunting task, and like he didn't miss on one of them.
No.
And the
No.
fact that he's still going, creating like great shoes, like I love the fives that he's done. I love those.
Right.
But now he's got the dunks coming out, which
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. But
Right.
but yeah.
Right. No, I agree with you. Off-White is definitely a top collaborator in my
Mhm.
eyes. I was fortunate enough to have the Chicago Off-White ones, the UNC ones as well. They are not
Like
in my
flex.
possession. Oh, sorry,
You
sorry,
had
sorry
the
about that. I do
UNC's
apologize.
too?
I had the UNC's.
Yo,
I had them for a
what?
short time, but yo, I just I really love the interpretation that he
Mhm,
brought with that sneaker in itself. And like what I said, it is a daunting task to take 10 classic sneakers and remix them.
mhm.
So a lot of people are just like, yo, they're just text on the shoe, or like it's just a zip tie. But I was just like, come on, man, until you actually have it in your hand, you don't appreciate it as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those shoes. Like once you like read about, because I know like going into every podcast, I sort of do a little bit of homework, and then just
Hmm.
like sort of revisiting those like Virgil articles and stuff like that, and like what the 10 meant and all that. There's just
Hmm.
so much behind it, which
Right.
that you could appreciate. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you
Hmm.
if you've heard about it, but like the 10, it has like two halves to it, with five shoes that are revealing and five shoes that are like ghosting.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
ghosting five, those are the ones with the translucent uppers that sort of tie
Hmm.
it to the revealing side of it, which are like those hand cut, DIY, deconstructed aesthetic looking shoes, like the ones and stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Wow, throwing me on game, Torres. I'm impressed, yo. I'm impressed, yo.
Hey
Nice
man,
little
that's
hand clap right there. I'm
what
very
I do.
impressed. That's
That's what
dope.
I do.
That is really
Yeah, it's one
dope.
of those things. Like you hear about that, you're like, dang man, like
Hmm.
that's more than a shoe. It's more than a
Yeah.
shoe.
And also the thing too is this: when they first originally dropped the 10, the activation that came with it as well. Like, they displayed the shoes a certain way. Like I remember in the exhibit, it was towards the back. You saw the Air Jordan 1, the Chicago. It
Mhm.
was actually on a mannequin that was doing the Jumpman dunk. And I was like, whoa, that is sick. And like basically he had different interpretations for each sneaker. So basically you're buying a sneaker, but also you're investing in the art of it, which I think is really tight.
Yeah, I mean he's even referenced it like it's sort of like the fashion Mona Lisa, which is just a fire ass analogy. But I
Oh my
mean,
god.
even just like Off White as a brand, like the concept of their brand is absolute fire, which
Hmm.
like goes against like the dichotomy of like yes and no, black and white, ones and twos, and then that's where
Hmm.
you live in that off white area. Fire. That's just
Very fire.
fire. You know what I
Very
mean?
fire.
So like
Yeah,
away from his artwork, which is great, even just the concept of his brand is crazy.
exactly. And also the thing too is, and I want to throw this out there, is also his work with LV. I mean, with Louis
Yeah.
Vuitton.
Yeah.
So he has got a lot on his plate, and at the same time, like creating with Nike these sneakers, and like hopefully we get the Futura ones. The collaboration with Futura, the
Yeah.
Dunks.
I'm gonna
Hopefully
need
we get
those.
those.
I'm gonna need those. I'm gonna need
Hopefully we get
those.
those, or the
Mhm.
Canary ones. You know what I mean? I know you're not a fan of the Air Force ones,
Yeah,
but
I could pass on those, but they're still
yeah.
nice. They're still nice. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm a
Yeah,
Virgil
but I
fan,
agree with
so
you. I agree with you that Off White is definitely that heavy hitter when it comes to collaborations. But there's still other honorable mentions that we could definitely
of
choose
course. See, like
from the
that's the
list.
crazy thing. Like to say that Off White is sort of the powerhouse right now, because you think powerhouse collaborator, sort of the first person or body of branding to come to mind is Supreme.
Yes.
They
Hmm.
slap their logo on anything, and
Yep.
everyone wants it. They
Yep.
they, they have their own brick. Like I mean, like does that not say enough? Like it's crazy.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I remember the craziest accessory I used to own it, was the wiffle ball bat.
I never done Supreme because it was just so
Yeah.
hard to get, so expensive, and like I'm a shoe guy, so like
Hmm.
I value shoes more than anything else. So
Yeah.
Supreme was never something that I did, unless it was like the Supreme shoe, whether it be the foam posits, stuff like that. But
Hmm.
like anything they touch, man, it goes crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everyone loves Supreme. Like, I think it's just like the simplicity of just the box logo in itself.
Hmm.
Like, just having, a plain t-shirt with just a clean red Supreme box logo. Like, it was whatever else can you ask for? Like, even like I wasn't really into the t-shirts because I'm a little heftier. So I really like the
Well,
camp hats. Like the camp hats I always rock. Don't body shame me,
I'm
Torres.
not. I sneezed.
Don't body shame me.
That was a sneeze. I wasn't laughing. That was a sneeze.
Nah, he's laughing right now. He is laughing.
I'm sorry.
Like I caught you cold, bro. I caught you cold.
Bro, I just didn't see the word hefty coming, so it gave me a little laugh. My bad. Sue me. But yeah, continue. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, what I was saying was that, Supreme definitely is also a powerhouse brand. But also another brand I want to throw out is Kith.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, no, crazy.
everything you see nowadays is like Kith is collaborating. They did a Biggie collab. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? They had like a Simpsons collab. Like they're collaborating with Coca-Cola as well. Like they did the Converses. But then even early before Kith was actually a brand, Ronnie Fieg was doing Asics. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
And a lot of people do forget that. So like, just to round it off, like even like with stuff with LeBron, Nike, they did like activations with Adidas. So they're just well rounded within the community as well. Definitely not up there with Off-White, but they're
Well,
up
that's
there
the,
as
that's the
well.
one thing I like about kids. They're very, branched out. Like even their Diodoras that they have are fire.
Oh, fire,
Absolute
sick,
fire. But like
sick.
I remember I did see it was actually a really interesting thread of comments. I forgot what a post was, but I'm that weird guy that reads comments. But it was
Hmm.
this one guy saying how he doesn't like Supreme and Kith because of
Hmm.
their t-shirts and sweatshirts. A lot of times they'll collaborate with certain artists, but then they'll limit the artwork to that, 4x6, whatever that little box is. So they
Yes, the
feel
little
it's like
box
sort of
logo.
like
Hmm.
demeaning to the artist because of that,
Right.
which was an interesting point of view, I feel. You
Right.
know what I mean?
I feel like that's also the same thing with like Supreme on some real. Like
Yeah,
it's kind of
exactly.
like the same concept. Like, well, let's take it all the way back when Supreme did a collab with Dipset. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Dipset just wore the clothing in itself, but then like they were just like, yo, well, we'll just rock it how it is. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then I get where they're coming from with that comment. Like, of course, if they're collaborating with another artist or brand that you want their artwork shown throughout, which
Mm-hmm.
I get, but then also people love the simplicity of a box logo. So
Yeah. And it's it's the sneaker thing, double-edged sword.
yeah.
But yeah, just to keep on going through like some crazy other brands. So we got Off-White, Supreme, and then sort of like that third leg, I feel that's like craziness powerhouse is Atmos. You know what I
Atmos.
mean? At Atmos, yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously they've been killing it for years and years and years. You
Mhm.
know, and sort of their collaborations are like I would say like people who are into sneakers, like they've given that respect,
Mhm.
optically speaking and like collectible wise. So
Mhm.
they've just done some crazy things.
Yeah, the catalog is crazy. Like
Hmm.
those Air Max 95s, the Beast joints, like the ones with the different animal prints on them.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Those are sick. Like just to name a few off, like the Biotech joints from the early 2000s. Like
Craziness.
that's a
Craziness.
shoe that I would love for Nike to re-retro because
Hmm.
bro, those are just sick. Like if I wear one right now, it's gonna crumble. But also one thing I like about Atmos too is, of course, they have retail shops. You knew that, right, Torres?
Hmm.
They're retail shops. And when I was out in Korea 2 years ago, we went to actually one overseas. So organized, so clean. It was curated with just like really dope streetwear, and the sneakers were like really sick. Like they had pairs that weren't even released in the States yet.
Can I
So
ask
I
like
was
what?
just they had like a lot of different, like remember the elements?
Hmm.
Like remember they had the element reacts?
Yeah. Yeah. Like the
They had a
55s,
lot of those
87s.
yeah, the 55s, yep,
Hmm.
the 55s and the 87s. They had them there early before they hit the States, and the colorways too. And then once it hit the States, I think it was like 3 months after.
I remember those things used to sell for a lot of money. Like
Yep.
the black translucent pair with the cork insole,
Oh, I love
that
those.
that tan with the little red hits. I forgot the name of that one. But
Yeah.
those things used to
It
be
was
really
be
hard to get.
It was because of Undercover. Remember Undercover
Hmm.
did that
Hmm.
collab? You know, they had like the translucent, like I guess like off-white sail with the red hints, and
Hmm.
they also had a black pair. So I think like that catapulted like that hype in itself because those pairs were going for like $500 at one point.
Hmm.
And I was like, bro, I don't see it. But then when I had a GR pair, I was like, oh, these are actually really comfortable. I like them.
Well, actually, I found the black translucent pair with the cork insole. It was like $60. So I mean,
What?
yeah.
Thrifted that, Torres? You thrifted that?
No, I found them in a store. I ended up selling them, but it
Okay.
is what it is. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair
got
enough.
got my solid two wears out of them. That's all that
Okay.
matters.
Very
But
nice. Very nice.
yeah, no, Allen's been killing it. Like but like from earlier years, like early 2000s to now, they're still bringing the heat. Like
Exactly.
the dunks that they've done with the navy blue and the gray, then that switch pair with the Air Force. And then
Mm-hmm.
you just like you mentioned before with the Viotechs, like they've kept their foot on the pedal,
Mm-hmm.
for so many years, just killing it.
Yes.
But it's
Yeah.
sort of one of those things where like you hear, oh, New Balance is doing a collab with Atmos. I need to see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
which is cool. But
Yeah. But nothing
yeah,
slaps like a Nike collab, like especially with Atmos, because they just had the most success with them because they're just consistently so good.
yeah, 100%. And like even the ones that fall through the cracks, like the Air Max One, the white and blue pair with like the shoe boxes on them.
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
actually really like that one, and I was able to get that at an outlet for like I want to say 45. Yeah,
Oh, that's solid. That's
yeah.
really solid.
I've seen that. I've seen that at Marshalls. I've seen that shoe everywhere.
Yo, one thing I do want to say is this. Torres is a thrift god. Like
Yeah.
this kid will go thrifting. Like he told me after we record this, he's like, yo, I'm going to the thrift, Kyle. I'm like, all right, bet, do you. So maybe we can get a video of Torres thrifting. Maybe we can definitely try to thrift sneakers,
Yeah,
go to
100%.
outlet
It's
maybe.
it's fun stuff. That's what I like to do. Yeah, I'll be down.
All
I will
right,
be
let's do
down.
it. Yeah, let us
But
know in the comments if you want that to happen, and we'll definitely make it happen. We're open to any suggestions, right, Torres?
100%. Just try to keep pushing content kings out here. But but yeah, we tackled our brands, but now just to go to the other side of it, right? There's sort
Mm-hmm.
of two sides in the collaboration realm, and that's like the artist side.
Yes.
And I think like unanimously, well, actually, not really unanimously, but we'll talk about that in a second.
We'll
But
t- we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Travis Scott right now, obviously, is just killing it.
He's the hottest man in the room, man.
The
He
highest,
is
highest in the
really that
room.
guy. He's the highest. He's the highest in the room. I'm
The
sorry. I thought it was
hottest
the
man.
hottest. My bad. Pause. I'm gonna pause that. Nah,
But
but Travis Scott is definitely the guy right now you want
mhm,
on your team,
yeah.
especially if you're I don't like this. Like, let's go down the list. Like, this guy has a drink he released yesterday,
Mhm. With
Cacti.
with merch.
This with merch. Okay, we
Mhm.
can't forget the merch. He released something with McDonald's. What also with the merch? He also released, well, of course, sneakers because we are a sneakers podcast and we're talking about that. But then he also did a concert for Fortnite,
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he
like
did. With merch, just saying.
with merch, with
Hopefully, they
merch.
have
So
the
you
merch
can't
in
forget
there.
the merch.
But
But this guy, just his marketing team, whoever's on his team, man, definitely needs a raise because he has had a busy couple of years, and it's just wild because the shoes are like sometimes like when us artists like that, the shoes aren't that fire,
mhm.
but throughout the catalog, they're pretty good.
Well, the thing to me, it was like I was thinking about it, like a 4 is a 4, a 6 is a 6, a 1 is a 1. But like
Mhm.
he did his own version on the React 270 or
Yes.
the 270 ENG, I believe it was. And
Yep.
like that's a shoe that no one really cares for, and like he even made that one popping. So like
Exactly.
it's sort of just one of those whatever he touches, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
crazy to say, but like the hype is there. But they're nice shoes. That's the thing. Like I think that's sort of like
Yeah.
really overlooked because it's like, oh, you got Travis's, you're a hype beast, you're only buying that, because everyone's gonna go ooh and ah. But
hmm
like the Jordan 4 he's done with the Houston
hmm
Oilers colorway, that baby
hmm
blue, that's fire. It's fine. I'm
hmm
sorry, but I don't care what you do. If you put baby blue suede on a shoe, guess what? I'm gonna buy it. So
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like even the one, like the quality on the Jordan 1 is one of the best ones I've felt.
Oh,
Not gonna lie.
really?
From the leather to that. The suede material was all right, but the leather on there is like insane.
So compared to the Union one?
I would say better. I would say better,
Wow.
to be honest. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's so soft, you know what I mean? So I don't know if
Okay.
that's really the term, like in terms of like quality leather, but like
Mhm.
it's just so soft compared to like the Union is just like a really good leather, I feel.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
the Travis is just so soft. Like if there was a blanket, I'd sleep like a baby every night because it's just so soft. But
Oh,
he's been killing it. And
man.
even like the sixes, like those earth tones he's been incorporating,
Mhm.
they're all fire to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even if you're to strip his name away from it.
Yeah, but one thing I do want to say is out of his whole catalog, my favorite shoe in that catalog is the Nike SB. We can't forget about the
Hmm.
Nike SB because like I like how like that like navy blue bandana, if you like scrape it off, it's kind of like the underskin of it.
Yeah.
I think that is just so cool. And like I have homies who do actually wear that shoe a lot, like even wear it in the snow, which is hilarious. But they look great beat. Like it's just a great quality shoe. And like they come with different laces. I know they come with like a legit rope lace and they have a
Hmm.
pink lace, right?
Hmm.
And I was like, wow, like I really need that sneaker. But of course, what's hindering me from buying that shoe is the damn price.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those like the price is it's the price. The price. That's the thing. If you're gonna get something that's Travis, get the checkbook ready. That's that's how it works. That's how it works.
Right, the price is going up, man. The price is
But yeah,
going
like
up.
that
That's what it
detail
is.
on the SBs he came out with the rope laces. Shout out
Mm-hmm.
my Instagram. I don't know if anyone's seen that. I posted a picture of me wearing them, and then the
Mm-hmm.
caption was rope laces no XI, and then XI was 11.
Yes.
So rope laces no 11. No one really got that, because 11s have rope laces. Most of my Instagram captions are sneaker puns, but just
He's
to clear that up
Tor's a very punny guy. He's a very punny guy.
a little bit. I try. But yeah, so does for me, deservingly so, I think Travis is sort of dominating that area right now.
100%. And I think there are a couple artists that do have honorable mentions as well. One artist that, I'm going to hold a bias to that Nike needs to utilize more is Drake, my opinion, because he's that guy.
Well, he sort of stopped. I don't know why. Like obviously when the 10s and the 12s came out, like that's what it was all about.
Right.
That's what it was all about. If you had that hoodie with the owl on it, yo, like you
Mm-hmm.
was a
Mm-hmm.
cool dude. You was a cool dude, man. But like they sort of stopped making shoes. Like they did the eights
Yes.
and then they took a timeout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they stopped that. Like, I know that now they're emphasizing more on like Nocta, like his like brand,
Uh-huh.
like clothing brand with
Uh-huh.
Nike. Like, I think it's cool. You know what I mean? I like the sweatsuits. You know what I mean? I like the hoodies. It kind of reminds me of like tech gear in a little bit, but it's a little bit more casual.
It's expensive as heck. That's all I'm saying.
Very expensive. But then also they're teasing those shoes, those runners, those Air Max.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
he would
yeah.
wear like in the that video that he recently
Yeah,
shot.
the all white pairs, like hints of gold on there. It's like a
Yeah.
bulkier leather running shoe.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just because I'm like a big Drake fan. Like,
Uh-huh.
I would love to see like a more like I would love to see him get more sneakers, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
But
imagine if they came out with, the OVO 4, like that bread colorway with the
oh
confetti.
yeah,
Like
Ooh,
imagine if that was to happen. Like then he's right back there in that conversation going against Travis. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I don't know. I feel like Nike has to have something up their sleeve, whether it be them, Jordan Brand,
yeah,
because he's too big of a personality, to just like
yeah.
sort of.
Could you imagine if like, and I'm just throwing this out in like the blue because maybe this can happen within the next 5 years. Imagine if Nike drops like an artist pack
That'd be cool.
with like Travis, Drake, and then you throw in a couple different athletes in there.
Yeah.
Like that would be something. I think I'd pay for that. I'd pay resale for
I
that.
mean, you probably won't be able to afford it. I'll tell you that. Like, I'm just saying, bro. If you got
You're saying I'm
Travis's name on
broke.
there, if you got Travis' name on there and Drake's name on there, say goodbye. That's all I'm saying. It's curtains. It's not. It's not happening. It's gonna be way too much money.
Oh
Might
God.
as well make it Supreme at the same time. But nah, yeah, but no, he was killing it. Like he definitely needs to be like brought back to the light again
Hundred
because
percent.
shoes are very cool.
100%. 100%.
Um, but yeah, just to sort of one person I want to talk about, right? Which sort of like I definitely think he swept under the rug when he talk about shoes is Pharrell.
Oh,
You know what I
bro.
mean? Because he's had so many great shoes over the
Yes.
years, like especially when he
Hmm.
did the NERDs and stuff like that with the
Hmm.
dunks. But I feel like no one really talks about him.
Right. And you know what it is though? And I'll keep it a buck. Like, I like Pharrell's designs,
Uh huh.
but the problem is that like I'm not a big fan of Adidas to be
Okay.
able to commit to his shoes because don't get me wrong, like the human race joints that he put out, like the OG colorways,
Mm-hmm.
like the yellow, the green, the red, I think they're so dope. Like I think it's a well put together shoe. My problem is this. Those shoes are very limited, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't go into a store and pick up a GR pair of that silhouette and try it on and know my size.
You can now
You can now?
for human races, yeah. Believe it or not,
I didn't I didn't know that because like
yeah.
that's what's holding me back from buying Adidas is that I don't know what size I am. With Nike, I know I'm a sure 10 and a half, or
Mm-hmm.
depending on the silhouette, I'm a size 11. But with Adidas, I'm not really sure. And like, I don't want to play that game where it's
Uh-huh.
like I get the wrong size and I have to return it. Then it
Yeah.
becomes just a whole fiasco. That's the only reason why it's holding me back. But if I can try on a human race, I'll definitely buy those Chanel joints. The Chanel joints are
Bro,
nice.
why you gotta go there? The
The
Chanel ones
Chanel joints are
are
fire.
a very pretty price tag. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
no, I actually have seen them sitting like at a lot of different, finish lines, Foot Locker, stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean the
Hmm.
price tag on them's hefty. So
Yeah.
it's like 220 and above. So
Yeah.
for a sock at the end of the day.
First,
I don't
first
want to
off.
be that guy, but it's for a sock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
then again, we're talking about socks. We're talking about sock shoes. Talking about high price tags, and that's sort of bringing us to what do they call it in baseball? The fourth guy, the cleanup guy. Is that what it
But
is?
the cleanup guy. Yeah. The
Cleanup
cleanup
guy.
guy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the dude. That's killing it right now,
Hmm.
and definitely. So let's just say his name, Kanye West, of course.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean?
I
What
just
he's done
think,
with Yeezy
oh,
is,
God. Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't wear Yeezy personally,
uh huh.
but here's the thing. If you walk in a mall, if you walk anywhere, you're bound to see more people wear Yeezys than the hype releases that we're talking about in this episode.
Let me
And
let
what's
me take
crazy?
that a step further. I
Okay.
think you will see more Yeezys than you will white Air Force Ones.
I agree with that. I
Then
agree with
you
that statement.
will white black superstars. Then you will
Mm-hmm.
blazers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's a freaking statement right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because like,
And
uh,
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Torres.
oh,
Go
I
ahead.
just remember like a couple years ago when Yeezys were super hard to get, super limited, and then Kanye
Yes.
West came out with that tweet like, "Don't worry, if you want them, you're gonna get them. We're gonna make more."
Mm-hmm.
And like, I remember thinking like, "There's no way. Like, does he not know? Like, they evaporate so quickly."
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like everyone and like and the term everyone and their mother, literally everyone and their mother
Their
owns them.
mother.
Like you go to the doctor's office, 90% of the nurses have them. Shout out Christian, just saying. I don't know if he has them,
Yes.
but just shout out Christian.
No, no, he doesn't. He
He
doesn't.
doesn't
He
have
won't
them.
wear them. He won't wear them. No.
Really? Really?
No, he won't wear them.
But
No.
like I see that shoe so much, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's a
No.
great comfortable shoe, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also, it has that hype factor.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, Torres. Like when Kanye put that tweet out and he said, yo, everybody's gonna get Yeezys that want them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going on a little tangent. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I
yeah,
thought he was
yeah,
just
yeah.
trying to go for attention.
Uh-huh.
But what are we doing? Like 3 years later, everybody and their mother has Yeezys.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so funny because like my girlfriend, shout out to her, she works as a PTA, and the people wear Yeezys in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, they can wear them? Like, yeah, everyone's wearing Yeezys. And I was just like, yo, this is wild. Like, kid you not, like, I'm not a big fan of, the Adidas Yeezy. The Nike Yeezy, on the other hand, really great shoe. But like,
I mean, yeah,
it's
that's a monster of a shoe right there.
it's a
You know what I
monster.
mean?
It's iconic. Like that shoe is too iconic for the culture, for a sneaker enthusiast, anything. Like it's
Mhm.
wild. But like the work he's done with Adidas, yeah, people slander his name with what is going on with him right now, but Kanye kind of did what he was gonna say, and he got everybody Yeezys.
Mhm.
Like, you can't really hate on him.
It's crazy,
But
bro.
like,
He sort of like revived a whole brand. You know what I mean? Like, I
yup.
think I think we could all like agree Adidas weren't dying, but like they were just becoming like not a non-competitor compared to Nike at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
now like you see him wearing Ultra Boosts, Energy
Mm-hmm.
Boosts. So now like
Yes.
that's sort of like sort of boosting. My bad. It's sort of like boosting their other silhouettes, which is like crazy. You know what I mean?
Right. I totally agree. Like I felt like after the NMD like wave, like you
Uh
remember
huh.
that wave with the NMDs,
Uh huh.
Adidas was
Hard to
kind of
forget.
struggling a little bit. They were
Hmm.
kind of struggling a little bit. But then when they signed Kanye and they were like, yo, yay, you can do what you want. Just keep producing this shoes, the clothing, and that's it. And he
Hmm.
has his own brand. It's not like Adidas by Yeezy. It's just regular Yeezy.
Easy, yeah. Easy, easy,
So
easy. Just don't do it.
did he really though? Did he really though, Torres?
No,
Did
no,
he
no, no,
really?
no,
No, no,
no, no, no, no. It's
no.
impossible. It's impossible.
Impossible. Nah,
Impossible.
but he's done a lot of work, like great work with Adidas, and I won't wear, like, I'll only probably wear two shoes out of that line, but
Mhm.
but other than that, like the fact that he was a man of his word and had people wearing the shoe, I respect that.
I mean, he like you also got to keep in mind though how difficult it is to develop new silhouettes.
Mhm.
Even like Nike, like I feel like that's somewhere where they sort of struggle bringing new
Mhm.
silhouettes to the table.
Right.
Like because they're sort of bread and butter is sort of bread and butter. Excuse, I said bread and butter, brother.
It's okay.
Bread
It's
and
okay.
butter is going back into the archives, remixing stuff they've done. Bringing
Yeah.
in new people, but like Adidas is just like bringing new silhouettes to the table, which is that's not an easy task at all.
Right. Right.
You know what
No,
I
I
mean?
agree. I agree 100%. And kind of just want to like backtrack it a little bit. Kanye West, when we want to talk about his influence, like even prior to Adidas, like remember this guy was rocking Bread Ones. He was
Mm-hmm.
rocking the most memorable, the Flyknit trainers,
Mm-hmm.
like a regular Nike running shoe, the white
Mm-hmm.
and black pair. That resell skyrocketed once he wore those shoes.
Yeah.
And even like, for example, the infrared six, like he
Yeah.
loves that sneaker. So everybody wanted to dress like Kanye. So having those three types of shoes in your rotation were that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, kid you not, like, I think that Kanye's influence has, dripped down away, but now we have Travis Scott,
Mm-hmm.
the Travis Scott effect.
It's a thing. It's a thing,
It's a
people.
thing. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
But if you don't know what we're talking about, the Travis effect, drop back, a couple episodes and we'll definitely, let you know what that means.
Yeah, man. Oh gosh, lot to talk about. Lot to talk about. Lot to
A
talk
lot
about.
to talk about. But we did actually wanted to get our audience involved with the next segment. And we
Mm.
ran a poll, Torres. Let us know. What is that poll about, man? Let us know.
I'm actually gonna pull it up right now. So we
Okay.
sort of like, when we do our polls, don't really give a lot of backstory on it, but we had two different questions. One being who's the top brand collaborator, taking consideration the impact that they have on sneaker industry. So we did that for the brand aspect and the artist aspect of it. But
Mm-hmm.
so for brand, we did Off White versus Yeezy, and
Yeezy.
like, what did you think would happen?
Oh, 100% I was going off white. Like
I
I
was
knew
going
the
Off
people
White
would go
too,
with
but
off white.
like,
Yeah.
it wasn't as cut and dry as I expected. Like
No.
58% went towards Off White, 42% went towards Easy.
Yup.
So like, it's still there. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a cut and dry type thing. To me, it was, but
Right.
and like we also asked for like some elaboration, and people made some
Mm-hmm.
some good points, whether it be like they like seeing different interpretations on different
Mm-hmm.
models. Obviously that's what Virgil's been doing, but like
Mm-hmm.
see, like that's just speaks to my point before, like Kanye's making new silhouettes though.
Right.
That's not easy,
Right.
man. That's not
Right.
easy,
And
you
also
know.
another thing I want to add on to that statement is that like he's making new interpretation. I don't know, that's Virgil, excuse me. But Kanye, he's
Mhm.
making it available to the public.
Yeah.
Like he's making it more of having people have the opportunity to purchase the sneakers
Mhm.
versus Virgil, where it's like I feel like Nike's releasing X amount of pairs, but the hype drives it up, so people just want it instantaneously. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So like, I'm not surprised with the like results, but I knew that Off White would definitely like triumph, versus Easy, 100%.
Yeah. But sort of the next one that we did for the artist aspect, we doubled up.
Yes.
We did Kanye again.
Mhm.
Kanye versus Travis Scott. And
Yep.
another one that's very interesting. Cut like very close. Um it ended up being Travis Scott 53%
Yeah.
to Kanye 47%.
Yeah. And it was separated by one vote, Torres, by
One
one
vote.
vote.
Yeah.
That is insane.
You know what I mean? But like I thought Travis would have won, honestly, like by a much more significant margin, especially
Oh,
because of like,
straight up. Straight up.
straight up. But nah, like it's just sort of cool. But like then I'm trying to think. Do you think that they're voting for Nike Kanye or Adidas Kanye?
Well, that's a thing for interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think of two different ways, especially in the view of the average consumer, is that like Yeezys are more obtainable than Travis Scott's, but yet Travis Scott's look a lot more better than Yeezys.
A lot more better.
So
Great grammar. Sorry.
they
Sorry.
look a lot better
I'm
than,
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
thank
sorry.
you, Torres. I appreciate that,
I'm
sir.
sorry.
I appreciate that. But no, I think like maybe how they saw it was that like Travis's body of work, because he's, using, the Air Jordan 1, the
Mhm.
fours, the sixes, a Nike SB, like maybe that's what's gravitated more towards the average consumer. But the average consumer right now can only get the Yeezys. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's why they're like, I'm gonna go with the Yeezys because I know what a Yeezy feels like.
Yeah. No, it makes a great point. Makes a great point.
Yeah,
You vote for what you know.
yeah.
But definitely talked a lot. One question I do have for you:
Hit me.
who do you think's next? Like we
Who's
got these people,
who's next?
who's this guy? Because like we got off white and stuff like that. Everyone knows about Travis. Everyone knows about Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. So let's take it from an artistic standpoint. In
Mm-hmm.
terms of like a person, who do
Okay.
you think has that ability?
Personally, who I'd give the opportunity to, and I think they'll rise up to the occasion.
Who?
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty, really?
The reason why I picked Lil Yachty is because if you see like, the videos online
Mm-hmm.
of his sneaker collection, like it's not all new stuff. Like, he has the new stuff, he has, the collaborations, the PEs, etc. But what made me appreciate his collection and, his knowledge of sneakers is the archival stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw like the ACG like stuff he pulled out, like all this older stuff in itself, and you're like, whoa, like this guy actually knows what he's talking about, and he's not actually like just like buying just to buy. You get what I'm saying? Because some
Mm-hmm.
some artists are like that, where they just buy the most random stuff. But if I want to take it a step further, I'd love to see him collaborate with New Balance. I think that'd be fire.
That'd be really, really fire.
I
Really
think it
fire.
can work.
It'd be
Like, could you
very
imagine like a little
wacky.
boat?
Yeah. Bro, that actually be fire. Like a
That's what I'm
992. And
saying.
instead of like, okay, okay, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I see the vision. New Balance, get me, bro. Come on.
Yeah, no, bro. That's hilarious. But I mean, so like the person I sort of thought about was next because I try to like think of like an artist person and then like a brand. I couldn't really come up because like it's hard to do what Off White did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they sort of came in, stepped in, and like put everything on their back. But like
Hmm.
obviously, if you listen to the podcast, this is no surprise.
Hmm.
So Salehi Bembury. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I could sort of see him taking on that Virgil role because right now the things he does, it's like everything he touches is great. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And like he has that like base already of crazy killer shoes.
Hmm.
So that's the only thing, like the only like person I would say, has that ability to really skyrocket because of how
Hmm.
talented he is. So that would be my
Okay,
pick.
that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. But now I want to take it a step further, Torres, for you.
Mhm.
What brand would you like him to go next for? Because we see what he did with New Balance. We see what he did to Anta. Like he was creative direction for Louis Vuitton.
Mhm.
Like what is next? What do you think would catapult him to the next level?
Well, he hasn't done Nike.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't done Jordan. You know what I mean? So like I would like to see him, take on like some weird silhouettes. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like even like a 270, just because he's done like different workouts stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I definitely do feel that like having like a quality Nike collab is sort of like a medal of honor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So,
100%.
but that'd be cool to see happen. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Salehi, man. Salehi's, yeah, we talk about it all the time on this podcast. I probably should have like swapped that shoe up there with the Salehi because we do talk about it a lot. But yo, I think that is just a really solid, and I hope that he does do something with Nike eventually. But if you made it this far in the episode, man, I do want to
Mm.
thank you for tuning in. This will be our actually second episode on YouTube, and definitely make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. We're just getting started with this podcast. And for those who've been rocking with us since day one, or if you just picked up, with us today, I do want to thank you for the support. Like I said, you can always hit us up on doubleKnottedPodcast.com as well as our Instagram at Double Knotted Podcast. So I'm your host, Colin Riquez.
Anthony Torres.
Catch you guys later. Peace.
Peace. Be the journey. Sorry.